Alright guys, welcome back to another G Auto Repair YouTube video. And today I'm going to be sharing a little case study here on this 2005 Chrysler 300. I'm having a p0456, which is evap small leak detected. And this has been a bit of a problematic vehicle with that check engine light coming on, because the customer replaced the gas cap, which she said it was loose or whatnot. Somebody else looked at it and said that it needed to be replaced, and she did, and it lasted okay for a while, but then the code came back on. So then I checked it, and we ended up, the first thing I checked was obviously the purge valve, which is right here, and I got it disconnected here. So what I did is I just kind of applied some pressure here to see if it was leaking, which it wasn't at the time. But I've been burned by those things before, where they're kind of intermittent, and sometimes they kind of not seal properly, sometimes they do. So I kind of disregarded it for right then and there, but I still left it as a possibility. So I kept on checking, and then the next thing I checked was, obviously, I rechecked the gas cap, which seemed okay. And then the vent, this is not really a traditional, what I would say, what we're used to on most vehicles. These Chryslers are kind of funny. I already know what the problem is, but I'm just kind of giving you a rundown of what I ran into. This is the leak detection pump right here, which if you look up the service manual, is one of the top causes, other than the gas cap, of that code coming on. And this doesn't really work traditional like we're used to, with the vent valve either being open or closed. This works different. These Chrysler systems work different, so they kind of throw you for a loop if you're unaware of how they work. I replaced it because I felt that it was leaking, but obviously it wasn't. And the code was fine. It was off for several days, and then she topped it off with gas, and the next day it came back on. So it was kind of weird. It was a really weird problem. I felt like it was leaking, but I'm thinking probably it wasn't. So the way that works is that when you turn off the car overnight, it kind of develops a natural vacuum, and then this kind of locks that vacuum in there, and then there's a sensor in there, not a sensor but a switch, and it kind of, measures how long it takes for that switch to get activated or deactivated, or whatever mumbo jumbo it normally works. And then if it fails, it'll trigger that code. And it didn't do it right away. It takes several days for it to happen. So I checked it again, and everything seemed fine. I figured, well, maybe she's not tightening the gas cap correctly. And I cleared the code. I instructed her on how to do it. The gas cap right here, make sure it clicks very well. And she followed that instruction, and after several days it was fine, and then it came back on again. So it was kind of a weird problem we were having with this car. So what I did is, obviously I used my trusty all-tool SDT 206, which I use a lot for evap and intake leaks and stuff like that. If you've seen any of my other videos, I've used it a couple times already. And there was no smoke coming from underneath where the tank area is. None of the lines, none of those valves were leaking. I pinched. There's supposed to be a filter right here. I don't know if this glare will let you see, but there's supposed to be a filter right here, which I take off and then I plug, because there's no really there's no really way to lock or close this. It just lets vape, and once it passes a certain pressure, which is really nothing, it'll just leak out naturally. So here's the filter. I just pulled it out for test purposes, and I plugged it with this cork, rubber cork. that comes with this kit, and I was not seeing no smoke anywhere. However, one thing that kind of bothered me is when I lifted this seat to see if there was any leaks around the O-rings or anything of the pump module. I did notice a little bit of a smell of fuel. So I'm like, man, there's got to be something going on around here. But there was no smoke coming out at all, nothing. So that kind of drove me crazy. So I finally decided to use an old simple water and soap method, and see if maybe I see some bubbles or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my trusty tool here with no smoke, obviously, just to create that pressure. What I did is I just disconnected this this line right here that goes to the or it comes from the front of the vehicle there to those valves, and it goes to the tank, and then it makes its way to those valves. So I kind of just bypassed the whole charcoal canister and this valve. Obviously I didn't see no smoke or anything coming out of this area, so I kind of disregarded that for now. So I'm gonna come over here and show you guys what I found. And let me get my light on it so you guys can see it better. But there seems to be a little crack right there. It's kind of difficult with the camera in the way, but you can see the little bubbles, and you can hear the hissing there. Right there, right in that little corner. So in this vehicle there is the fuel pump assembly, which is on that side, and then they have a right auxiliary fuel pump transfer. I don't know what to call it anymore, but it has like another little, it's got a level sensor here, and I'm not sure if, yeah, I think that it also has like a little transfer pump that kind of shoots some fuel to the other side of the tank. The tank is kind of divided, I guess. I'm not sure how that works, to tell you the truth, because I really haven't dealt with a whole lot of these vehicles. But case in point, there's my problem. There's my leak, and I guess it's very like a hairline crack or something. And I guess with pressure and temperature differences, sometimes it spreads or it kind of tightens or something, and that's why it was so intermittent. The code was intermittent, and it drove me crazy. Not just me, but the customer crazy for several weeks. But I feel that I have finally located the culprit. So just wanted to do a quick video to help you guys if you're having this same problem on this particular Chrysler 300 product. Let me turn this off. If you're having that stubborn p0456 code, that might be your problem. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps out a lot of you guys, and like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye.